I love this. It's a little cookie. Hello everyone. Happy November and happy Halloween, because Halloween is not just a day, it's not even just a season, it is a lifestyle, and don't let anyone tell you anything different. Right off the bat, my apologies if the sound is funny. My mics died and I need to charge them, so this is just through my phone, so bear with me. We're gonna go ahead and talk about what I did in October, and I figured I didn't get a chance to actually do this because I was doing so much, but I have a Williams-Sonoma 13 days of Halloween like countdown candy thing, so I'm gonna go through those and do like a little taste test while I'm talking about my wonderful October. And actually, why don't we just go ahead and start? So let me find day one. They wrote the numbers so small on this. What the heck? 3, 9, 11, 7. Where's number one? Am I dumb? Yo, for real, for real? Okay, number one. Okay, we got, and if you don't mind, I'll be reading off the computer too, because I don't know what all of these are. We got these little green candies, and let's see. Oh, candy green foil wrapped caramels, 2 pieces. So wrapped in green, there are these little caramels here, and they're a bit hard. They're hard caramels. Not that hard. They're caramels. Nothing special about them. I like caramels. They're just normal, nothing special, but still good, still good. Okay, now that I've gotten all that chewed and out of my teeth. All right, October. So finally, the leaves have started to change and the weather has cooled down quite a bit. So I'm really happy about that. It actually felt somewhat like the Octobers of my past, where it actually gets a little bit cold. And because of that, there is a nice park where I live. So I decided I'm going to take some walks there since the weather is nice. And let me tell you, like, there is nothing like fall time. There is nothing like autumn. It is truly the best season. For if you had to pick one reason why, because there's many, if you just had to pick one, it's the leaves changing colors and the smell. I cannot quite explain the smell of leaves. It almost smells like when the sun hits yellow, orange, and red, and even brown leaves. Mainly when they're still on the trees, but like sometimes when they've fallen off the tree and on the ground too. The air, if it's nice and crisp, the air just smells like this warm, almost like campfirey, caramely, ambery scent, and it is so good. It is so good. That's like probably my favorite scent in the world, even more than like petrichor and all those scents. Oh my god, it just smells so good, and the weather is so nice, and it's like constant golden hour all day. It is so nice. I made sure to take some pictures, so I'll like put those up or something. But oh my god, fall time is so good. I love the weather. So I took a lot of walks in October. Okay, let's do number 2. I pre-found number 2, so I'm not struggling like I was for number 1. All right, candy corn, can't go wrong. Let's see, are these any special kind or anything? No, just, oh, gummy candy corn, or is this regular candy corn? Let's see. Well, I don't know. This says gummy candy corn, but they don't feel gummy. They just feel like regular candy corn, which is just fine. Oh, wait. Okay, so I'm used to like Brock's candy corn, as I'm sure most of you are. And these are not Brock's, clearly, but I wouldn't describe them as gummy, but they're definitely like a different texture and like slightly a different flavor. They're pretty good though. I like these a lot. I wouldn't call them gummy at all, but it's like not 100% the texture that I was expecting. If you didn't know, the flavor of candy corn, because I looked it up, the flavor of candy corn is like, was it marshmallow and vanilla and honey? But honestly, at this point, they should just make that candy corn flavor. Just like fruit punch is like whatever mixed together. No, it's fruit punch. So candy corn is candy corn flavored. These are pretty good. I like these. It's still candy corn, but it's like a nice little break from Brock's, but you still could eat candy corn. So yeah. Okay, next. So Terrifier 3 came out technically on the 11th, but a lot of theaters had it opening a day early. So I saw it on the 10th, and I was very excited to see it. As of course I know a lot of you are. I feel like Terrifier, the series, and Art the Clown is either a you love him or you hate him kind of thing. I love him. I think he's great. I've been watching this whole series since All Hallows Eve. So I really like this series, and I'm not gonna go into it really, but I have some thoughts. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Maybe they're controversial, I don't know, but I am actually going to put out a review on letstalkterror.com talking all about it. It'll be out in December, so just in time for Christmas, because Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie. Very apropos. So you can read it there, but I'll give it some time for everyone to be able to watch it before I say anything about it. I have some thoughts. Okay, day 3 with the little cat in the window. What is day 3? We have a pack of little gummies. Let's see what these are. Okay, the website says they're called ghoulish gummies, and I think that's what these are. We have, what is this? We have a white ghost, an orange jack-o'-lantern, and a black bat. I'm not sure if they're different flavors. Okay, the bat is grape. I am a grape fan. I love grape. The pumpkin is orange. It almost tastes a little bit like a creamsicle, but I think it's just straight orange. What is the ghost? I think, okay. I think it's actually pineapple is this ghost. I have pineapple coming through. Those are pretty good. Just standard gummies. They're good. I like them. Okay, so if you've been with me for any length of time, you'll know that I do a few costumes throughout October, and this year we did kind of like a spooky spiderweb look. I was a naked sim character, which was really fun to do. I was a she ghost, because, you know, it can't be the OG. That was a fun one too. And then I was like a floating witch kind of thing, giving, you know, American Horror Story Coven vibes. And then my family dressed up as kind of just overall space themed. My son is really into planets and space, so he was an astronaut. My husband was he wore one of those like blow up alien costumes, and the alien is like carrying him around. And then I just bought like this like spaceship thing to wear around. But yeah, those were all costumes. We did go trick-or-treating, and let me tell you about that. So recently, a few months ago, we just moved from Virginia to Missouri, and where we are in Missouri is in the middle of nowhere. It's I wouldn't necessarily call it rural, but it's sparse to say the least. Sparse and very, very hilly. So we were thinking like, okay, there's definitely enough houses to trick or treat at. But we'll have to see the day of course, because you never really know. So we went to one spot that we thought would be good because it was near a school and we knew there were a lot of kids that go there. But the problem was, even though there were, houses that weren't too far spaced out, not a lot of them had their porch lights on, and even fewer of them had any kind of like Halloween decorations out, which is fine. You don't have to like decorate your house for Halloween, but it helps to know if you're trick or treating. So we went to another spot that was near a park that had like a playground and stuff, so we knew kids would go there as well. Same deal. We saw maybe like one or two people actually going door to door, and I was really sad about it because I'm like, man, it's my son's first year actually going trick or treating. I am a trick or treat purist. You should go door to door because that's how it's done. That's like the only real trick or treating to me, at least. And I really wanted him to have that experience, especially because we've been like hyping it up this whole time, and he was ready to go door to door. But I don't think it's happening where we live right now, which is unfortunate. But instead, our city had this little. They closed off a street in the downtown area, and a bunch of different businesses and the local college and like the police and the fire station, all that had little booths along this whole street, and you could go booth to booth and trick or treat. So not quite a trunk or treat, which I am absolutely against. I hate that idea. It was a step above, which I guess is fine. He had a good time, and we all did. It was quite nice. So at least there's that. That's what really matters. He had fun. He loved it. But I'm still looking. One day we're gonna go house to house with him, and he will truly see Halloween spirit. Okay, day 4 with the little tombstone, zombie hand, all that. Day 4, we have, it looks like some purple and yellow gummy worms. Let's see, are they called anything funny online? Fall mini gummy worms. Let's see. I can't tell if they're two different flavors. Probably my fault because I ate them at the same time, but they're good. They're giving kind of a tart, almost like a green flavor, but like not green apple or anything. Just, I don't know if it's like lime or something. Or maybe it's lemon and something else. But yeah, just a gummy worm. Pretty good. Okay, so I'm trying to look for the next one, and maybe I'm blind, but I don't actually think there's a number 5 on here, which is crazy. Maybe I miscounted. Maybe I'm like, my brain is blocking this out. But yeah, I guess instead of 5, we'll just go ahead to 6. 6 with the little ghost. Oh, okay. These are, William Sonoma calls these spooky Halloween bats and bones. And they look kind of like, they look and feel like if you've ever had those candies runts, where it's like a hard candy on the inside and kind of a sweet and like a sweet tart consistency on the inside. And that's pretty much like what these look to be. Yeah, I would say these are very similar to runts, which I like a lot. And runts are a candy that I haven't had in a long time, so I'm glad that I got those bats and bones. Oh, you know what's weird? Oh, I only tried that one, but that one tasted kind of funny. Like, it almost had like a kind of black licorice aftertaste. Or like, it's gonna be the weirdest thing, but if you've ever smelled like the inside of like a plastic Halloween bucket, or maybe the inside of a Halloween mask. I don't know how to describe that smell. It's weird, but it almost tasted like that, which I guess is on par for Halloween, but it's like, why does my candy taste like that? So I don't know if it's just because it was sitting in this packaging or what, but they're good for the most part. They just have like a slight aftertaste of like, what is that? Okay, so what else did we do? We also went to a pumpkin patch that's close to our house, and it was very nice. I kind of have a little bit of a beef with this patch, though. I'm not gonna call them out, but I do not like when pumpkin patches like pick the pumpkins for you, like take them off the vine and set them up all nice and pretty. Um, I guess that's easy for the farm or wherever to do, so they don't have people like trampling through all their patches. But I like going out into the patch where they're literally still on the vine and picking them off myself. It just feels too easy when they do it for you and set them up in pretty rows. But what I will say is that this is the first time that I've ever been to a pumpkin patch that had multicolored pumpkins. Like, a lot of times there's a little like a barn or something where they sell all kinds of other goods like apple butter, pie, like whatever else. But so and they'll have like different colored pumpkins there, especially like if you have those big warty ones that are green. So they had those, but in the patch itself, they had orange pumpkins, yellow pumpkins, and white pumpkins, and it was beautiful. We actually didn't end up getting any because I was looking for one that was extra big for a costume that I had. Which brings up, I actually forgot one of the costumes. It was, I had a pumpkin head again. But we didn't get one there, but my God, that was so cool to see all these multicolored pumpkins in the patch itself. I really like that. It was pretty nice. Okay, new candy with the jack-o'-lanterns, day 7. What is day 7? A yellow and, wow, funnily enough, a yellow and orange pumpkin gummy. Let's see. I'll just try one. What flavor is that? It's like almost an orange flavor, but also almost cherry. It's very odd. It's good, but it's like a mix. It's kind of weird. But maybe that's because it's not quite orange. It's almost like I don't know, like a red orange. So maybe that's why. But gummy pumpkins. Okay, so we already talked Terrifier 3, but let's talk about some of the other movies that I watched. Now, this year for Let's Talk Terror, our 31 Nights of Horror this year's theme was short and sweet. So what I did was go through and watch 31 different short horror pieces that I could just find on YouTube. I'm not going to talk about every single short that I watched, because you can go ahead and not only read my little mini review on it, but you can watch it yourself because I left links to each and every one. There are definitely ones that I liked better than other ones. One in particular was called Trick or Treat, and I thought that one was very, very fun, and I'm actually going to go look up some more from that filmmaker because I really like that one. I want to say that was day 15 if I remember correctly, but you can go ahead on letstalkterror.com. I'll leave the link in the description as well, but you can see what all I watched for this year and watch them yourself, and then you can see what I've watched or done for past years too. Now, besides all those short horror pieces for my 31 Nights of Horror, I watched a ton of other movies as well. Honestly, October has been a blur for how much I've watched, so The only one that I could think of off the top of my head is the Curse of Crom, which I watch every year. I'm really happy to say that Curse of Crom 2 is currently being made, so yay me. And I also got the chance to watch 15 short and feature-length films that were presented at the inaugural Cork International Horror Film Festival based out of Turkey. And I'm not sure when this video is going to come up, but I did write a review on all of those films. So if this is out before that, well, either way, just look for it out on letstalkterror.com. TV-wise, Halloween Wars and Outrageous Pumpkins, both on the Food Network. And I watch these every year. I have been for a very, very long time. I watch them with my parents, actually, and we write back and forth to each other what we're thinking because we don't live near each other, but we do watch together. And both of those shows this year were like all-star shows. They had people who have won past competitions and were coming back along with new people this year. And unfortunately, none of the people that I really liked won. Either that happened, or I just didn't really find anyone in particular that I was rooting for, or any team in particular. And that doesn't usually happen, and I don't think it's because I'm getting bored with it at all. I still like the shows very much, but I don't know. It's like ever since the pandemic, it's kind of like there have been a few years in there where it's hits and misses. Either you have presenters and judges that we don't like, or they take things out of the competition that were in there before that are no longer in there. One of those years, Halloween Wars didn't even have pumpkin carvers, and it was a good reason. I think that year, while they were filming, the pumpkin crop had been like decimated or something. Like it was just not good, so they just didn't have pumpkin carvers that year. But I'm like, this is just like any other baking show that you have on the Food Network. So why even have this year if you're not going to have the pumpkin people to make it Halloween Wars, you know? This year did have pumpkin people, so that wasn't the problem. But it's things like that. It's like changing up how the show is. It's like, I don't know. It was just, I feel like it was just a little bit better years prior. Outrageous Pumpkins is always good because the pumpkin carving is the best part, and that is solely pumpkin carving, so that's really good. Again, it was an all-star episode, and there were probably like 4 people that I was rooting for, and none of them made it. And I'm like, why? I don't know. I feel like sometimes the judges don't really, I don't know. But what do I know? I'm not a master carver, so what do I know? Okay, let's get to day 8 for candy. We have 2 more gummy pumpkins. I already tried them, so I'll leave those there. And we'll go ahead to day 9. We might as well not have, because we have more gummy worms. And this time we got an orange one too. My last pack was all this black and yellow. But again, it's probably all the same, so still good, but I'll move on with that. All right, and the last thing that happened in October was my birthday. I turned 33. My birthday is the day before Halloween, so almost on the day itself. It is on Mischief Night or Devil's Night, whatever you call it. I used to feel like, oh man, I really wish, why couldn't my mom hold me in one more day and then I could be born on Halloween itself? Wouldn't that be cool? But as I grow older, I realize that it's actually really nice to have your birthday the day before, because then it's kind of like you get 2 birthdays. You get all your cake and presents and your actual birthday, and then the next day is Halloween, and it's really nice. So yay, happy birthday to me. And that's really all I did for October. So I think the rest of this time we're gonna go through the rest of this Halloween countdown, starting with day 10, and we have like a little Grim Reaper guy here. in the window. Okay. Ooh, I think I know what these are, if I can get them out. We have two little candy corn shaped taffies. I'll just take a bite out of one because taffy is chewy and it takes forever to get through one. Actually, they don't smell like anything. Which I don't know, should they smell like something? So on the website it says saltwater taffy candy corn. They don't taste like candy corn. They kind of just taste like almost like a toasted marshmallow. It's really nice. Just like a nice vanilla, warm vanilla flavor, marshmallowy, very chewy. It is currently stuck to my teeth, but that's okay. These are my favorite ones so far. These are really good. I wish I had more. Okay, day 11, as I'm still getting this candy corn out of my teeth. Oh, we have some little Boo hard candies. We have a B, an O, and an O. Since these are hard candies, I will save these for later, but I'm sure it's just going to be a normal, like, you know, probably just taste like sugar. I'm not sure if they're going to taste like any other flavors, but all right, day 12 with a witch in the window. Oh, here we go. So before, I would have said that these candy corns were the gummy candy corns, but it's actually these ones. This is what I was imagining, but considering the online part, oh no, it does. Might be. These ones are the traditional candy corns. It does say, I just can't read apparently. And day 12 are the gummy candy corns. These definitely taste more like candy corn than the taffy. But I will say it's not really my favorite candy corn flavor. It's all artificial, but these taste especially artificial. I'll eat them, but it's a little bit kind of an off flavor. All right, now remember how I said we were missing a number? So apparently we have two left. We have one that actually says 13 up here and a big one that also says 13. So I'm not sure if one of them was supposed to be numbered something else, but that's fine. We have two of my favorite number, 13. So we'll do this big witch window one first. Oh no, I love this. It's a little cookie. How cute. I'm gonna eat this later. I'm gonna have like coffee or something and I'll eat this little jack-o'-lantern cookie. I love that. That is so cute. All right. And last day with this ghost in the door here. We have two. We have two little lollipops. I believe they're hard candy lollipops. One is an orange jack-o'-lantern and the other one is a white skull. And again, these are hard candy, so I'll probably have them later or get them to my son or something. He would love this. But yeah, that was the Williams-Sonoma 13 Days of Halloween Advent Calendar. When I bought this, it was, let's see if it says the regular price. Ooh, I'm not sure how much it was. I want to say it was like 25 bucks or something. And I bought it in September when they first put it online. And it actually shipped out to me late. Like I kept getting, oh, it's coming, it's gonna be late. But I ended up getting this the day before what would have been the start of the 13 Days of Halloween, like leading up to Halloween itself. And partly because of that, partly just because October went by so fast and I had a lot to do. I decided, let me just wait and do this after the fact. But I really like Advent calendars like this, whether it be for Christmas or, of course, Halloween. So I think I would get this again. Most of the candy in here tasted really good, and I appreciate how it's different than, you know, just getting a bag of mixed candy at the store, because that's stuff you see all the time. So these ones are like not homemade, but a good version of off-brand So I like that. And they're all like more traditional candies that you don't get a lot. Like I said, my favorite are definitely these candy corn saltwater taffies. I wish I had like a ton of these. These are so good. So if anyone knows where I can find these specifically, then please tell me. And even though I haven't been into it, I can tell that I'm really gonna like this cookie because I just like these types of cookies. And on that note, I hope you all had a great Halloween. I certainly did. It went by very fast as it always does. And with that, happy November.